Hello folks, welcome to the channel and welcome to the Man Cave. Well, in recent months I've been a lucky chap in so much as those wonderful people at Chigee, or Chigee, however you pronounce it. Well, they've been kind enough and they sent me all of this stuff here free of charge for me to review on my BMW R1250GS. Now I'll put a link up here, go and check it out of all the stuff that I've put on the bike and reviewed it. Yeah, go and check that out. It's just good stuff, guys. And if you want to look at the Chigee website, just click on the link down below in the description. That will whisk you to the website and you can look at all the stuff that they do on the website. And folks, I think it sits at the top of the tree. It is just very good, high quality stuff. So currently fitted to my BMW R1250GS is their AIO5 Lite, which is the unit that's got the dash cameras front and rear. And although I didn't need to fit it because my BMW's fitted with tyre pressure monitoring sensors anyway, I have fitted the Chigees tyre pressure monitoring sensors and they are bang on. They work really well, so I do recommend those as well, folks. Now we all know BMW, to control the BMW's TFT, they've got what they call the whiz wheel, the wonder wheel. So you move this up and down, left and right, and you can scroll through the various screens on the BMW's TFT. Now, wouldn't it be great if you're able to control the Chigee screen? You can do. All you need to do is purchase what they call a CGRC CAN module. Now that comes in 4 pins or 8 pin plugs, depending on what bike you've got. So check whether you can get that for your BMW. So go and check the Chigee website and it will tell you whether you can get it fitted for your bike. But I've got the 4 pin module on here. That's a Bluetooth module, and the CGRC CAN. I think CG stands for Chigee, RC stands for remote control, CAN stands for controller area network or something like that. And basically it's a 2-minute job to fit. Take the rear seat off, gives you access to the RDC BMW plug. So RDC, I think that's German for tyre pressure monitoring plug. So you plug that into there, and then via the magic of Bluetooth, when you move the whizzy wheel via the CAN bus system, it sends a signal to the RDC port, and then the Bluetooth module just wings a Bluetooth signal to your Chigee screen, so you can control the screen with the whiz wheel, wonder wheel, which is really, really good. Very safe because you keep both hands on the handlebars. Folks, I'm really excited about what's in this box now. Chigee have sent me this free of charge. It's just been delivered by my postman. It's their new Bluetooth module. It is the CGRC LIN. I think LIN stands for Local Interconnect Network. It's going to cost you £95. But before we open the box, let's cue the intro. Welcome back. So exactly what is the CGRC LIN? Well, basically it is another Bluetooth module which you plug into the bike, and then this allows you to not only use the wonder wheel, but it actually sucks data from the BMW and displays it on your Chigee screen. This is only compatible with these motorbikes listed here, and it is only compatible with the 5 Lite and the 5 Play. It's not compatible with the 5 Play for BMW because the 5 Play for BMW already sits in the nav cradle, and the nav cradle with all the pins on the back, that is already going to be able to suck data, engine data from the BMW and display it onto the data screen. Now I'm going to be interested to see, because I've already tried the 5 Play for BMW, and the 5 Play for BMW has a second data screen, so you get 2 of those very nice blue screens. So my 5 Lite only has 1 data screen, so I'm not sure when we plug this in whether we get access to a second data screen. So I'm very keen to find out as to what's going to happen there. So without further ado, what we will do is have a quick look and see what we get in the box. It's a box, so what do we get in the box? Again, nicely packaged. So what do we get in here then? So let's have a quick look. So we get the actual Bluetooth module itself with a 3M pad, and then I think, yeah, nothing else in there. And then we get a set of instructions, but it's fairly straightforward to operate. So that's it. That's what we get in the box. So let's have a look at the module. So there's the module. Again, all this stuff is nicely made. Quality wise, very good. Nice hard plastic. Yeah, that's it. So we've got to put that on the bike. This hopefully should take no more than 5 minutes to fit. Now, as I've already got the other Bluetooth module plugged into the RDC socket at the back of the bike, what I'm going to do is via the Chigee display go into the settings and then unpair that connection and then remove the Bluetooth module from the rear of the bike and go and put that somewhere safe. And then we're going to plug this into the bike itself. Now, where does this go? Well, basically it goes into the BMW's navigation cradle power supply. Now, when I first got my BMW, I did actually remove the nav cradle because I had no use for it. So basically where that plugged into the BMW is actually where the new Bluetooth module will plug into as well. But if you're going to leave that on the nav bar on your BMW, you will have no power. You can't daisy chain these at all, so that just becomes a cradle with no power to it. So let's put that on the bike. So this is the old module that we removed from the back of the bike. So this is the CAN module. So I've just removed it just to make sure that there's no pairing issues. So that's now been removed. Comparing it to the one we're going to fit on the bike, the new one, this is the LIN module. So pretty much the same size actually, and both of them have a blue power on light as well. So what we're going to do is put this one on the bike, and if you just look at the plug here that shows on the camera, you can just see on the bottom of the 3-pin connector there is a bit of a groove, and then that groove fits into the corresponding bit on the power cradle plug, which is on the right hand side inside of the fairing. So let's put that on there. So here's the power cradle plug. So we're just going to plug the Bluetooth module into that, making sure we've got it round the right way. So just making sure that the groove is going to fit into the male pin on the plug, and you should hear a click as we push it home. There we go. So that's all the way home. So I'm just going to let that dangle there just to make sure that everything is working properly. And that, folks, is basically it connected. So we've now turned the ignition to the bike on, and what we need to do now is go into settings, go to features, go to remote control, and then we just have to pair it. So there we go. So it's found it already, and we go to connect, and then do a little bit of talking, and you need to make sure, folks, that enable vertical scrolling is actually selected on and not off. So when it's selected on like this, it just means you have control of the whiz wheel, wonder wheel in that sort of plane and not just left and right. So enable vertical scrolling, and that, folks, is the new CGRC LIN module connected successfully to the Chigee unit. Very easy to do. What you're going to notice now on the top of the TFT, we have two new icons, TFT and nav. Now TFT currently is highlighted, which means the wonder wheel, the whizzer wheel, is actually controlling the TFT. So if I just go into one of the menus and then move the whizzer wheel, you can see that that is the case. Go back to the home screen on the lower TFT. Now if I want to control the Chigee with the whiz wheel, wonder wheel, what I have to do is then select nav on here. Well, how do we do that? Very simple. Just hold down the top of the menu button for a few seconds and you will see nav then become highlighted just like that. And then that means that now the whiz wheel is controlling the nav display, i.e. the Chigee, and you can scroll through all the various pages. I haven't connected my phone to it yet, so that's why that display is not on CarPlay. And then we can go all the way back to the home screen as well. So let's go to the two new screens that we've got. So this is one of the new screens that we have. So very nice. So just explained it to you, very simple. RPM, and then we have an RPM strip up here, and then this is the throttle position. So if I the engine's not on, but I can move the throttle, twist the throttle, and you'll see the blue bar will go from left to right corresponding to the throttle position. Tire pressure in bar, so it's not connected at the moment because the bike's not moving, I guess. Gear selector, and then miles per hour here. Range till empty, so that corresponds to down here, so 86 miles. Engine temperature, then we have lean angle, all based on the stuff that's been sucked from the engine data, the bike data, through the display, the new display on here. Ambient temperature, battery voltage, and then we've got some little icons at the bottom here, indicator left and indicator right, and then some little wheels with some disc brakes on them, I guess they are. So if I just hold the front brake in, there we go, front brake, and then the one on the right will come on for the back brake, but I can't reach over, and then a fuel warning light as well. And 278 meters. My phone's not switched on at the moment, So it's not connected to CarPlay, but maybe that's the last height readout that the device did have at 278 meters. So that's the first page, and I've used that before on the BMW Play, and that was really good. I really like that screen. And then there's another second screen, just tap on there, and then we have some more information displayed differently. Other information that we have there is the total mileage. I think that's remaining mileage to the next service, I believe, and then the due date for the next service with all the other information on there as well. Scrolling back to the other screen, and that is it. So that is very good. That's all the information. I really like this screen, folks. I suspect that how they've done it, the Bluetooth module that we've installed down here, it just opens these screens which were there already, but we didn't have the key to open them. I think that's how it works. I'm not sure. So we've got rid of the other single screen that was on here, which sort of looked a little bit like this. Now, in relation to the tyre pressure data, which will be shown on the screen here, that is going to be the data which is being sent via the CAN bus system from my BMW's tyre pressure sensors, which I had fitted when I purchased the bike. So the data for tyre pressure information on here is not the data which is being sent by the Chigees optional extra tyre pressure sensors. It is the data from BMW's own tyre pressure sensors. Right, folks, it is a glorious day. I've actually already been out on the bike, so just one thing to point out, I did have the Chigee tyre pressure sensors mounted to the bike, but with my BMW tyre pressure sensors also on the bike, there was a bit of a conflict with all the Bluetooth stuff, and it just caused an issue on the screen. So I've gone back home, I've whipped the Chigee tyre pressure sensors off, and everything is now good. So let's just pop on the bike. Hello. So a couple of things then before I went out of the man cave. I've just secured the module. Just there's a little pocket down on the right hand side. I didn't use the 3M tape. I just secured it in the pocket with a zip tie. So that's going to be out of the way of any weather, etc. So that's all nice and secure, and I've taken off the original, or the Chigee tyre pressure sensors. Obviously my BMW came with the tyre pressure sensors from the factory when I spec'd it up, but if you haven't got those original BMW sensors on your bike, yeah, fill your boots and go for the tyre pressure sensors from Chigee, then everything will work well. But you can't use both together because it causes an issue, shall we say. So a couple of other things I've noticed. So let's just turn the bike on. So a couple of other things I've noticed. I don't know if you can see the screen, but it all works very well. It's good stuff from Chigee. So I've already spoken about the menu button to get to the top screen, to the Chigee screen, to use the whiz wheel. So first thing then, it will come up with the original home screen, or data screen actually. So I don't know if you can see that. And then once you get going, you have those two new data screens. So I don't know why it comes up with this one when you turn the ignition on and first power up. So it's already now connected to my phone. So I'm just going to hit the menu button and just use the whizzy wheel on the top screen, but I'm just going to get tyre pressure sensors on the low screen there. So there we go. So top screen then, let's highlight the nav, and then you can see that the whiz wheel is fully functional. Now folks, I really like my gadgets and gizmos. Some of you may hate this kind of stuff and you just don't like it, but yeah, each to their own, as they say. But yeah, you get nice functionality. You can keep both hands on the handlebars without having to prod for about 99% of the time. So the new data screen then is going to be this one here. It's very nice. I do like that, and it's just higher than the original TFT, so you don't have to lower your eye. I quite like that, so that's nice. And all the information on here, and that's including the tyre pressures, that's all taken from the BMW brains of the bike. So even the lean angle as well, as I lean the bike over, that you can just see that moving. And then the throttle position as well. See the throttle position moving. With that, there is a little bit of a lag between the Bluetooth signal sending the signal from the bike to the display, but very minimal. We'll rev it as we go along. What else is there? Yeah, the little mountain on here, which is your altitude. I think that's GPS data from the GPS I've got in the front there. That on this screen is saying meters. We're not 600 or 700 meters above sea level. We're only about 50 or something, so that's incorrect. That should be actually in feet, really. That'd be about right in feet. Miles per hour on the screen, so if you want to change it to kilometers, if you're in France or wherever, go to settings and then go to more and then just select kilometers, and then you can go back to the data page, and there you go, it's now in kilometers per hour, and it's dropped it down to 70 meters on the bottom there. So it doesn't change from meters to feet, but miles per hour on here will give you feet on there. And the other annoying thing, when you turn the indicator on, you get the indicator flashing on here, but when this self cancels, that's still going, and you have to cancel it by just pressing the indicator switch in, which is a bit annoying. They are aware of that, because when I tried the Play with AIO5 Play for BMW, it did the same thing. So maybe just a little bit of a tweak in the software to cancel this as well. I don't know if they can do that, but that's something for them to have a look at. So let's just go back to miles per hour, setting, features, correction, more, and then miles per hour. So there we go, so that's back to miles per hour. And the other thing, because all the information on here for the tyre pressures is from the BMW tyre pressure sensors, so we can actually go into that. I think we can. There we go. And you can still set your low and high values for it to beep and warn you if it goes below the preset low value or the preset high value. So it's saying 2.5, 2.86, we've got 2.5 on the bottom and 2.9, so that's all good. So if you didn't have the BMW tyre pressure sensors fitted on your bike, and then you've got the Chigee ones, then you just select Chigee on here, so you can scroll between the two. When I had both of them on a little while ago, it was just causing a bit of an issue, but at the moment I've gone to nav, which is the BMW stuff, and I've taken the Chigee ones off. There we go. So I think that really is about it. So let's just go for a little ride. Yeah, some people like this kind of stuff, some people don't. I like my gadgets and I like the screen. So down on the TFT we've got the nav highlighted, so I know that the Wonder Wheel will control the Chigee unit itself. So hard press to the right and we'll just scroll through the various pages that we can get. And again, on the rear view mirror, that's a lovely, that's a really good page, that one. You've got the tyre pressure monitor, well, the tyre pressure is still displayed on there, so that's excellent. And that's the tyre pressures, as we said, from the BMW tyre pressure sensors. And then just continuing through, there's CarPlay, that's the home screen, and then we go back to the lovely new data screens that we have. There is a bit of a lag, so pull the clutch and I'll rev it. You can see the bottom TFT compared to the top one. I guess that's the Bluetooth, just a little bit of a lag. We've got speed of miles per hour, and I think that's a direct speed from the BMW itself. Gear selector, or the gear that we're in. I did notice a couple of times that when you were going through the gears, more so on the way down, then we had a couple more digits. I don't know if you can see it, but it's more like not going to do it, but so there we go, 255. So yeah, so I don't know what's going on there, but that's not a problem, is it? Not a problem at all. Having a Sunday afternoon drink and something to eat. So there we go, it's self-cancelled, but it's still indicating on here, so I'll have to just press the indicator button in to stop it flashing on there. But it's a really nice display on the top there. You don't have to look down on the TFT, it's just pretty much in your eye line actually, or the lower part of the eye line. I really like it, I like gadgets and I like that. You can't scroll to the next page, which is a shame. You just have to press the bottom right hand corner here, and that's the next page, with the main feature being the current gear that you are in with the revs at the top. So yeah, that's really all there is to say about it actually. So I like it, and yeah, I like gadgets. Yeah, it's good. I think that's everything there is to say about it. I'm going to go home and put the bike back in the garage. It's a well built, well made module, nice and tidy, gives you a bit more information, so you can use that screen. If you haven't got CarPlay selected, you can still come up with that nice screen as well. Or if you're on a long tour somewhere, 30 miles of motorway or something, you can just put this screen on, or whatever. Price wise, I think we said earlier on, it's £95. I jumped on their website today. They've got a discount on at the moment, I think 20%. Chigee.com, link in the description down below. It's now £76 as I speak. So that's direct from them, wherever they send them out from, presumably China, or if you live in the UK, there's that very nice chap called Steve at a bike thing. He does all this stuff. Have a look on his website, and obviously all his prices will include the local taxes. Obviously from China, £76. That doesn't include any potential taxes going to the country that you live in. Well, that's it, folks. I like it. I like the display a lot. It's nice. I like gadgets. Anyway, comments down below. Ride safe. We'll see you again soon. Cheerio for now. Bye.